Good morning, Vuyo.
Welcome. Thank you for joining us. Why is it that the country doesn't have specific legislation on human trafficking?
It doesn't. It's true the country doesn't have a specific legislation on human trafficking, but we are in the process of finalizing a bill that would basically consolidate all forms of trafficking in persons. This bill was tabled in Parliament in March 2010. We've been in Parliament since March looking at the bill, and it has taken us this long to make sure that we have a bill that can be used by prosecutors to combat trafficking.
What are the difficulties?
There are no major difficulties. However, we felt that we needed to strengthen the bill to enable effective prosecution of the different forms of human trafficking. Secondly, we needed to strengthen the sentencing regime to make sure that we send out a message out there to say that the country is serious about preventing trafficking in persons within the country. Whether you're bringing trafficked persons from outside, inside the country, or from within the country, we needed to send a very strong message.
Trafficking in South Africa, how prevalent is it?
Vuyo, it's a very difficult question to answer directly now because of the lack of a specific legislation. We would have to do what we call extrapolation to say these are trafficking-related cases. And most of these cases, you have trends, you know. We will see that they would be mostly trafficking for sex purposes. And at least we know that in South Africa, since the implementation of Criminal Law, Sexual Offences and Related Matters Act, we can detect trafficking for sex purposes. Since the implementation of the Children's Act, we can detect trafficking of children.
So on the basis of that, what extrapolation and on what basis are you working as government? Are you assuming it is rising? Are we getting a hold of it? And where are most people being trafficked from who are brought into South Africa?
People are trafficked from all over the world. We have different forms of trafficking. For trafficking for sex purposes, we have Asians, people from East Asia. But we can't say it's necessarily that only, because some form of trafficking is held in informal establishments. We're able to capture those that are held in more formal establishments. It is growing in some provinces. You can see a trend over a period of from 2009 when we can capture and detect these cases.
Which provinces?
We've got Eastern Cape, Western Cape, Gauteng, Free State. In Free State, we've seen a steady rise of cases that have been prosecuted effectively and have gone through our system.
Also, your extrapolation is based on the prosecutions?
Yes, it's based on the prosecution
Not on policing?
and the number of cases that have been finalized in court.
Okay, so the bill is likely to be finalized when?
Well, I'm not a lawmaker. It is before the NCOP. And I believe that the lawmakers are really worried that we don't have legislation to deal with this scourge. And they're working very hard to really make sure that it is finalized. But I can't say because that's a process that parliamentarians will determine and decide about.
All right. Makubu-Wilderson joining us this morning from the Department of Justice, talking about human trafficking legislation. And you may have some thoughts on